Hello.
Hello.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Yay.
Special Merry Christmas to Bottle Caps for being first in chat.
Awesome.
How are things on the island, Bottle Caps? If you haven't seen Bottle Cap's latest video, it is a great, what is the word I'm looking for? Tour of the island. It's awesome. Camaro time. Hey, all right.
How you doing? Merry
Good
Christmas.
deal.
Happy New Year.
Merry
I got
Christmas,
a special
Camaro
treat
time.
for everybody for later.
I hope your wife is
I'm
feeling
going
better.
to hijack
She's
live.
going to hijack the live stream and read a Christmas story to you all.
Yay.
Before we get into that, I want to give some special shout outs
It's
to
gonna
some
be
of our
this
hashtag
one.
insane friends.
Right here, it's a surprise.
Okay. So special shout outs and Merry Christmas wishes to some of our hashtag insane friends, starting with Camaro time.
Hi.
And it was the night before Christmas. Yeah, well, kind of. Nope, that's not what she's reading.
Nope.
Camaro time and Bottle Caps and Scott Pearson Tools and More and Hemi JL8 and JJ the karaoke rideshare driver. And did I say Johnny Pro yet? No, I didn't. I said Hemi JL8. Johnny Pro and Remy Moore. And a big shout out to Uzolu Garage. Hey,
Hi.
Gregory Salvatore, welcome here.
Another good supporter. Yay!
Exactly. And a big shout out to DSW Joyride Productions and Z Outlaw SS.
Bottle caps. Yay!
A Merry Christmas and a shout out to Greek Orthodox Vlogger.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is. Multiverse Studio, Linda's House of Chill, Poet Maker, Choppers
Hillbilly
Rule
Pro.
1.
Yay!
Hey, Hillbilly
Awesome.
Pro, how you doing? E-Tard Adventures and Bubsification, Blonde Baby Metal, Fab Automotive Detailing, and Online Car Show. Also, another big special shout out and a Merry Christmas to everyone in our hashtag Insane Friends live calendar. And that would be Gregory Salvatore at 9 p.m. on Sundays. Then Mondays is E-Tard Adventures at 9 p.m. Bubsification at 9 p.m. And then we're right back here, Saneauto at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Thursday nights, Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9:30. Then Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc., from 10:30 to 12. On Friday nights, Horses Shop and Twisted R, followed by Twisted R Racing at 9 p.m. Well, Horses Shop will not be live again until next year, so he won't be next Thursday, but maybe the Thursday after that. Saturday night is Choppers Rule 1 at 6:30 p.m. He did his live a little early last Saturday, so if you missed him, if you were there right at 6:30 and you missed him, that is why. Then Saturday nights, Choppers Rule 1 is followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m. Merry Christmas to you all. And be sure to shout out all your hashtag Insane Friends that are also going live during the week.
Hi.
Hello, Novotaz. And Twisted R Racing is right here.
Oh, I didn't see.
Yeah, he's right there. He's live on Friday nights at 9 p.m.
Okay, people, if you are good, I'm going to read you this book.
And I have seen him sit there and shout
It's a
out everybody
special
on the live
Christmas
calendar.
story.
So way to go, Twisted R. Hillbilly Pro. Merry Christmas to you all.
Twisted R Racing is doing a live on Sundays as well.
He's also doing a live on Sundays. What time are you doing live on Sundays? We're on at 7:30 till 9, and Gregory Salvatore is on at 9 p.m. These are all Eastern Standard Time, of course. And if I haven't mentioned it lately, I really appreciate Camaro Time doing that intro for us. If you see the new intro that we have, where my Mach 1 is sitting there doing the burnout, but now it has awesome flames and a spinning Saneauto logo. Camaro Time did all that. He is our master of editing in the hashtag Insanefriends community. Anything you need to know about editing, check out his videos where he teaches you how to use DaVinci. And as a matter of fact, the last couple of videos that I did, I used the DaVinci to edit those. I'm weaning myself off of the Windows Movie Maker and replacing that with DaVinci, which I did click on the link that Camaro Time has in his video description where he's teaching you how to use DaVinci, and that's how I got a free version of the DaVinci 15. And that's what I've used on the last couple of videos that I did. I've used it on a few other videos, but I'm trying to consistently use that DaVinci more and more and more because it's a little bit harder to learn than the Windows, but it does so much more than the Windows. It's a really great editor. If you want to see how great the editing software is, look at Camaro Time's videos because he's better at utilizing it than I am. And he's got better editing on his videos right now. So, but I'm doing everything I can to catch up with him. So welcome to the chat, Making Tracks and Matt's Unique Builds, Fan 1701. Merry Christmas to you all. Great to see you here.
I'm going to do a magic trick.
Now
you see me, now you don't.
Now, everybody that was here last time, don't answer this question. I want to see how many of you that were not here last live can tell me what is the best-selling vehicle or the best-selling car. It's not really a car. Best-selling vehicle in the USA right now.
It's crazy.
We'll go ahead and tell you that the second best and the third best and the fourth best places, the most 4 of the top 5 slots are held by Toyotas and Honda. So we just get that out of the way. But those of you who were not here and did not find out what the surprise #1 slot was, I know Camaro Times knows what it is because he was here. And several of you other guys were here and know what it is too. It's a very surprising, it was surprising to me at least, what was the top selling vehicle in the US. Yeah, Camaro Time was here. Pete was here, but Repeat was not here. Gregory Salvatore says, yes, it was at least an American vehicle. And if you weren't here, that's your first clue. Gregory gave up the first clue. It's an American vehicle.
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of American. Because all American vehicles now are kind of American. And getting kind of less American all the time. What a shame.
And some of the foreign vehicles are more American than American-made vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So go figure that one out for, would you?
Yeah. The Toyotas, for one, are more made in America than a lot of the traditionally American cars now, because they have moved so much of their production over here to the U.S. and of both vehicles and parts. which is not a shame. That's actually a good move. So everybody look at the, let me shout out everybody in the chat so that you can hear the names. And if you hear a name that is not that familiar or you haven't supported, and y'all guys, even if you are supporting each other, make sure you go back and check each other's channels and make sure that YouTube has not unsupported you in the great purge, which I don't know. I mean, some people got hit harder with the purge than others. I know Camaro Time and ourselves, we got hit with the purge, but it wasn't very hard. We didn't lose very many supporters because all of our supporters are such great supporters. They were all deemed not sub for sub and by YouTube, and they were all deemed not to be, almost all of them were deemed not to be spammers. But YouTube still does on a regular basis, even when they're not purging channels, they still do take subscriptions away from you and your subscription away from some of your friends on a regular basis, just to check and see if you'll notice. If you don't go back and check each other's channels and stuff, you could be unsubscribed and not know it. Bottle Caps is here. He's first in chat. Camaro Time is here. If there are any names you don't recognize, please go check out their channels. Everyone here has incredibly great content, very good videos and editing, and they definitely will be a great addition to your circle of friends. Hillbilly Pro is here. Twisted R Racing, Novataz, Camaro Time. I said Camaro Time already, didn't I? Making Tracks, Novataz. Some of you I'm gonna shout out more than once. My brain is not what it used to be. Matt's Unique Builds, Making Tracks, Fan 1701. Gregory Salvatore, Heimlich Hotrods. Hello, what's happening? Merry Christmas. Good to see you here. David Singh. David Singh says he's a stalker of Camaro Time. I resemble that remark. Heimlich Hotrods says hello, everyone. Just stopping by to show some support and have to get back to the family stuff. Everybody have a wonderful Christmas. You have a wonderful Christmas too, Heimlich Hotrods. It's great to see you.
Reminds me, family stuff. I need to start letting my butter thaw out.
Yep. Oh, for the cookies?
Yep.
The house is going to be filled with baked cookie smells for quite a while. She's going to be baking several batches of cookies. So my attempts at getting all sugar out of my diet are just blown all to crap for the next few days. And I give up. I'm be eating some sugar. I already started actually a couple of days ago. I started in on the chocolate and everything else. So I give up. I'll be eating some sugar for the next few days.
Yeah, it's going to be all my fault because we're going to have chocolate peanut butter chip cookies. We're going to have dark chocolate walnut cookies. We're going to have chocolate walnut cookies.
Hillbilly Pyro says he's working on a Geo Metro right now. So part of the community news right there. Anybody else have any community news they want to give up so we can announce it right here? He says it's got a weak spark problem. So I'm assuming we're going to get to see some video on that, Hillbilly Pyro. And weak spark problem. My first suspect in that would be coils. But I would check the grounds too, because a bad ground can give you You know, your cool can't give you a good spark if it doesn't have a good ground.
I took some of my cookies to his dad's house for Thanksgiving. His dad is diabetic, and he told his wife that she had to make sure that I took the cookies back home with me. And his wife says, "Why? Are they that bad?" He says, "No, they're that good." True story.
Okay, Gregory Salvatore says, wife and daughters made ricotta cookies. Those are his favorite. And Camaro Time says, you want something good, try Hershey's Drops.
Yeah, those are good. They're a nice sugar cookie with a Hershey
is that what it
in
is?
the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't know what that, I've never had those, and I've never had ricotta cookies. I'm not sure what those are either. Okay, Hillbilly Pro, are you saying it's already got new cools and it's still got a weak spark?
Fab, I'm going to be reading this Christmas book live. So you'll want to, when I unveil the
Fab's
book,
here. That's great.
That's what I was going to tell him.
Awesome, because she's going to hijack the show.
I'm going to hijack the show with a Christmas book. It's a Dr. Seuss. The only hint you're getting.
Thank you for the Merry Christmas to you too, Fab. Thank you for stopping in and telling everybody. Hey, Craig Durbin is here too.
And thank you, Craig. You're awesome as well.
Okay, Hillbilly Pyro says, knew everything. I can think of it something odd. Yeah, I would start backtracking at the cools to see how much voltage is going to the cools and start backtracking the circuit from there.
Okay. Is it story time yet? When it is story time, that needs to be paused.
Yep. Whoa! Greg Durbin. Woo!
Awesome.
Super chat. You. Super chat. Awesome. Greg Durbin, thank you so much. Woohoo! Woo!
This one doesn't have my noisy thing.
Thank you, my insane friends. If it's not noisy in, try this one. There you go. Let's do that again.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Let's try that again. Greg Durbin, super chat. Woo! Woo! Super chat. Greg Durbin, you're awesome. You are awesome. That is totally insane. $20 super chat. Wow, you have definitely lived up to the Insane Friends name. Yay. Thank you so much. We are so very grateful.
That'll pay for my chocolate chip cookies. That pays for the chocolate chip cookies.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let's see what we can find here.
Yay!
Woo! A very Merry Christmas to everyone. And anybody that hasn't checked out Craig Durbin's page yet, please do. Feature. Sorry, our computer's slow. Well, it's not the computer that's slow right now. It's the bandwidth. Because we are out here in the Appalachian Mountains.
You need to do a screen share if you're going to be looking all over the place.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to have to stare at this circle thing right now.
Oh, yeah?
It's, at least right now when it's not screen share, they can see the nice cars. Yeah, and they can watch you dance. So yeah, Hillbilly Pyro. It looks like confirmation from Hillbilly Pyro that he may be doing a video on the weak spark.
Yay!
Because I'm sure he's gonna have to figure out what it is causing it first. And it could be something as simple as a corroded connection, not allowing it to get enough primary voltage to the coils. If you don't get enough primary voltage to the coils, you're going to get a weak secondary voltage coming out of the coils.
Okay, bye, Hillbilly Pyro.
You know, I think that probably one of the reasons why our bandwidth is so slow right now tonight is, you know, it is a holiday weekend, and probably everybody down upstream from us on the line is using they're streaming Christmas movies and all that kind of thing. Wow, and I know a lot of y'all are very busy on this. Y'all are very busy on this holiday weekend. We really appreciate you coming by to hang out with us for our live. It's great to have you here. And make sure you support each other, support each other's channels.
And after we finish looking at this, we are going to hijack the channel, and I am going to read a story to all my friends out there in YouTube land.
Oh yeah, and did anybody that wasn't here last time, did anybody guess or want to try a guess at the best-selling vehicle in the US? We were talking about this our last live, and if you have any clue, we did. Some people gave clues out. Gregory Salvatore gave out the clue that it is an American car because 3 of the top 5 slots are held by Toyotas and Hondas.
Of the year, Craig. (2018).
Yep, it's the best-selling. I would like to say best-selling vehicle because it comes under best-selling cars. But another clue is it's not really a car.
It's a soccer mom car.
Yeah. Now we can hit screen share. Sorry this took so long to load up, but here is Craig Durbin's page. And Craig Durbin, just like a lot of the rest of us,
allowed to share people's videos.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. We don't know of anything in the terms of services that say we can't do that. But we did get a warning from Google that Google was going to kick us off of the Google Hangouts, which we use as part of our live streaming when we have guests on the live stream and stuff like that, for sharing other people's content. And now this happened while we were sharing content, the individual videos of other people's pages, while they were actually with us in the live stream chat. So it's not like we were doing it without permission or anything. That we were trying to help, get awareness to their channel.
New videos and show people how awesome they
videos are and stuff,
and to generate interest in.
But it was probably an algorithm generated warning by the computer, and the computer algorithms for YouTube and Google are not quite smart enough yet to tell the difference between you copying somebody's content and helping promote people in your community, your YouTube community's pages and stuff. They just doesn't know the difference yet. So I would say be careful with stuff like that. And we have never got a warning yet for showing somebody else's YouTube channel or page like we're doing right now. So we're back to sticking to that. And
I love that banner art.
Yeah, I mean, that also helps give an idea to whoever's new to his channel.
What's in the channel? Yeah,
what's in the channel. There's going to be some working on the vehicles and some projects and things like that. And it's automotive. There's going to be some automotive related content. And you can see here the thumbnail for.
Okay, it says Article 13. What
is real bad news. Novitas is right. Article 13 is real bad news for us. That is a law they're trying to pass in Europe. But just because it's in Europe doesn't mean it won't affect us here in the U.S. It will terribly affect us here in the U.S. And I haven't made a video on this yet because I'm afraid I wouldn't do it justice. But we really should all do more research on Article 13 and make videos and try to get some more awareness out there. Because Novitas is right. Article 13 is a very bad thing.
Greg,
it would make it where we have to prove.
That is the best-selling truck, probably, but
yes,
not
the Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck.
Best-selling auto.
This is supposed to be the best-selling car or auto in the U.S. this year, Craig, but I wouldn't consider it a car. It is halfway between a car and a truck. But you are right. The Ford F-150 would be the best-selling truck in the U.S. It's also the best-selling truck in the world.
Yeah.
So if we were looking at a list of trucks last week, it would have been right there at the top. But it was supposedly a best-selling car. But I have to give you the hint that you probably wouldn't consider it a car either.
No.
But it's not a pickup truck.
It's an SUV.
Yeah, we just might as well say it's kind of an SUV. It would either be called an SUV or a crossover. Craig Durbin says, yes, it has to be that or the Chevy Equinox. And ding, 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 you are absolutely right.
It is the Equinox.
It is the Equinox. And I don't know about you, but that surprised me. Yes, and yeah, and Car and Driver would be right because best-selling overall is the F-150 series. But apparently, and this was information from, and I might as well give it away now. We gave it away on the last stream. It was Kelley Blue Book. Kelley Blue Book's list of the best-selling cars.
Okay, people, I'm going to
so
show
apparently
you this
Kelley Blue Book
well,
considers that crossover Chevy Equinox a car.
We need to go back to our channel now.
Okay. But one more thing I wanted to say about Greg Durbin's channel. If you haven't checked it out yet, one of the first videos you should watch is his review right here of the Smart Electrician LED triangle light from Menards. That's a good review of the light, and I like that light, and I didn't even know it existed until I saw that video. It's definitely worth checking out, and it's a good review of it too. And it's also a good thing too, if Craig, if you haven't noticed yet with your videos, I know I have noticed with mine, those kind of reviews and how-tos and stuff like that do really well on automotive channels like ours. Hey, little dumpling, it's nice to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, time and chain mats, unique builds. You're not the only one that's said that about. They frequently need the time and chain things, And I think Fab said something about doing a lot of water pumps and other things on them. So apparently these Equinoxes are not only some of the best selling, but they're also something that can really help you pay your bills. Like those old I want
to read my book.
Those old Dodge minivans used to pay a lot of our bills. So I'm going to have to take y'all off a screen share here because I'm about to get hijacked.
And you're about to have to turn off that sound behind my head.
We're going to get hijacked, and it's going to be a little Christmas time here for just a minute. I'm going to give up my chair to the queen of the car scene.
Remember, this has to be all the way off because we're putting Christmas music when we steal it.
Oh, anything that comes through on that, I can cover up with Christmas music when I copy and edit and do all that neat stuff.
Let me get over here, and I'm going to do an unboxing.
This is also going to be a good preview of what you see on the Carol Sane channel.
Yes. This is my favorite book, my favorite Christmas book. My sweetie bought it for me for Christmas. It is How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. See? It's very pretty. Red. Okay, now. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. See? Right there. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. See? But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. There he is. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour Grinch frown at the warm lighted window below in their town. For he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they were hanging their stockings. He snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I might find some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew. Let's see. You see, up there he is just thinking. And down there are the Who's in Whoville. For tomorrow, he knew. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, of course, the noise. Oh, the noise, 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 noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise. Then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast. and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, 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 and would feast on who pudding, a rare who roast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. See, here they are in their feast. And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. The more the Grinch thought of the Who's Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years, I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming, but how? There they are, all singing. And then he got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderfully awful idea. I know just what to do. The Grinch laughed throat, and then he made a quick Santa Claus hat and coat. And he chuckled and chuckled. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked round, and since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found. Did that stop old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, and then he took some red thread and tied a big horn on top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up!" And the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, white snow filled the air. All of the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number one, the old Grinch Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fists. Then he slid down the chimney, rather tight pinch, but if Santa can do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who's stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first things to go. See? Then he slithered and he slunk
with a smile most unpleasant. The whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn and plums. He stuffed them in bags, and then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox and took the Who's Feast. He took the Who Pudding. He took the Who Beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who Hash. He's cleaned them out. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. And the Grinch grabbed the tree and started to shove. Then he heard a small sound like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and saw a small who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by the tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? There she is, right there. See? Now, but you know that old Grinch who is so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie. He thought it up quick. Why, my sweet little tot, said the fake Santa Claus, lied. There is a light on the tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my shop, my dear. I'll fix it up there and then I'll bring it back here. And his fib pulled the child. Then he patted her head and got her the drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuck the tree up. See? There is little Cindy Lou Who. And there she is with her water going to bed. Then the last thing he took was the log of their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, the old liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. See? There's the little crumb. Don't know if you can see it. Then he did the same thing to the other Who houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. See, there he is, hard at work. This was 1/4 dawn. It was 1/4 dawn. All the Who's still in the bed, and all the Who's still a snooze. When he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, their ribbons, their wrappings, the tags, the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. See, there it is. 3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crumpet. He rode with his load to the tip top to dump it. Pooh, pooh to the whoos, he said with a grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will cry, boo-hoo. There he is. That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did not hear the sound rising over the snow. It started in low. Then it started to grow. But the sound wasn't sad. Was this sound? Why, this sound sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was. Merry, berry. He stared down at the Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall, the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or another, it came just the same. See, there they are. They're all happy singing. And the Grinch, with the Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. He puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. He's puzzling and puzzling. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. He bought back the toys and food for the feast. See, there he is. He's going back down to Whoville. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. See? There it is. The end. It's my favorite Christmas book. Yay! And I dedicate this to my granddaughter, Clara. I hope you enjoy it. Back to Saneauto. Yay!
Can we talk car talk now?
No.
We talk bridge talk.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Angry
throw?
Cat says car talk.
You gonna throw
Tools, car talk.
fuzzy cats at it now?
We have today, in some more automotive news, went to the building in Chattanooga again and loaded up the big Superduty van. I don't know what I did with my glasses. I'm just not going to see, I guess. Loaded up the Superduty van full to the gills with more transmission parts.
Yeah, and he says it's like going yard selling. It's really not.
Now, I like it. I like going to the other building, just loading up with parts and stuff.
His idea and my idea of shopping are two different things.
Wow, the chat is really going. I cannot keep up.
Hi. Well, how did everybody like my story? Isn't that an awesome Christmas story? I mean, to me, it really shows that Christmas isn't a store-bought thing. You know?
Fan 1701 says overhead cam only belongs on a motorcycle. And I tell you what, we were riding motorcycles before there were overhead cams on motorcycles. As a matter of fact, we still got our old Triumph, and it does not have overhead cam.
No.
And actually, neither does our Harley. And it's a lot later model than our old Triumph. But yeah. It works really well. That overhead cam stuff works really well on the new Mustangs, that's for sure.
And I killed two birds with one stone with that reading. I got to read to my friends on Insanefriends, but I'm also going to take that.
Yeah, we'll be
and
talking.
Make a video of that for my channel.
For the Carol Sane channel, because she's going to be doing a lot more of the kids' books reading and stuff on her channel, and some other stuff that you will be able to, if you want to. She's trying to make it like she'll have a whole bunch of videos where if you want to be able to sit your kids down and have them watch something, you'll have a channel like hers to go to, and you can put it on there on autoplay, and they can watch that with you being able to know that there's not going to be anything that's not kid friendly. Nice, clean, family kid friendly content on there with no worries.
Bottle caps, hi. You missed me reading.
Yeah, I like the modern auto innovations too, Craig Durbin. I look forward to for a long time when early 70s, late 60s, they were developing the overhead cam engines for Ford, and then they gave up on the project because of various reasons, and we won't get into that because that's a whole nother video in and of itself, that era and what happened. Most of us here already know what happened and what killed that project. So throughout the 80s, late 70s, the 80s, and especially the 90s, when we got to the age where we could afford to buy cars and fix them up and stuff, we were hoping maybe Ford would go back to doing that, but they didn't get to it till like the late 90s. And boy, when they did, they really started developing those engines. And there's a lot of really good muscle car engines now. I mean, not just the Ford.
What he missed?
Oh, your book?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
You missed this. You should have been here. I read this whole thing by myself.
Yeah, don't worry, bottle caps. We're going to be copying and editing that portion out of this, and she's going to be putting the edited version of her reading the book on her Carol Sane channel. It's got some other book readings on there if you haven't got to check out her new content lately. You're right, Craig Durbin. They've just all the manufacturers have just made great strides in the technology and the improvements in both horsepower, efficiency, and safety. And we're just getting some really good products on the market nowadays for the past few years. And, you know, so and it's going to continue to improve. It really is. And I'm excited about all the different types of vehicles, the diesels, the gas burners, the not so much the hybrids, but the full electrics, and because all those years of working on them, I guess I'm a little biased about hybrids because I don't like the idea of having all of the technology in one thing. To me, it looks like more stuff to break and more stuff to have to be worked on and more stuff to have to be bought and replaced. I like to have either full electric or full gas or full diesel, something like that. Now, it would be interesting to see some more of like that little BMW, the i3, not the i8. The i8 is awesome, but it's a really expensive car. The i3 it's an electric car with what they call a range extender because the little gas motor is about the size of a scooter motor, and it doesn't start up unless you need to generate some power to put some power back in the batteries. Otherwise, you're running on battery power. And there's at least one of them running around here in the Dalton area. And I think that's pretty neat.
Well,
yeah, you're right, Craig. The motor oil lifespan is way better. Part of that is because of the additives.
I like the old school cars better. I like cars that you don't have to hook up to a computer to fix.
There are advantages to that, and that's why we have such a mixture in our collection of vehicles, such a mixture of old and new and high horsepower V8s and even a V12. And we also have the little 4-cylinder Toyota, you know, in amongst all that. And of course, today we got out the big bad Super Duty Ford van, which has made it already to over 600,000 miles. That van has done. It's a 2007, and it is still going strong. Of course, I will be doing a video on that at some point. Because I was thinking about that today. I need to do a video on how to get 600,000 miles out of your vehicle.
Gregory Salvatore's live is at 9 o'clock today.
Sure is. He's one of them on the hashtag Insanefriends live calendar. As you can see, there's quite a few really good hashtag Insanefriends, and they'll live consistently at a certain time every day of the week. There's a hashtag Insane Friend Live that you can go to and get support and give support. And I got that backwards. You should always give support first because you get what you give. You know, always give more than you receive. Always expect less than you give. And You will never be disappointed, and sometimes you will be very pleasantly surprised. And that's how you receive. It's by giving. It works in both social settings and in auto repair. I mean, you don't get an engine that runs without giving a lot to that engine first, a lot of time and money and effort.
Theme topic for today is 2019 goals, and I'm assuming that those are his channel goals.
Right, and it's for everybody else to talk about their 2019 channel goals as well. So there would be a really good discussion on that.
And gone fishing.
Woo,
Howdy, how you doing? Burning Rubber Garage. Hi.
Woo, all right, you said you was going to be here, didn't you? And you were. You found it. Burning Rubber Garage. You made it.
Uso Loose Garage. I don't know if I said Merry Christmas and hello to you, but hi.
And anybody that hasn't checked out our super supporter tonight, Craig Durbin, please check out Craig Durbin's channel. He has got quite a few videos up already, and he's doing a lot of the right things. I think he's going to find that those reviews, like he did on that light and stuff. I wish I had a way of putting it up here. There are two good lights I've seen so far, and I do not have a good enough mechanics light video to compare with this, because there's two lights that I like that I would be undecided on if I'm going to get another light that would be better than all the mechanic lights that I have right now. And one of them is Craig Durbin's channel. He's got a light on there that I really like. And on Camaro Time's channel, he's got a light on there, a review of a different light on his. And but if you got the money, you might want to get both of those lights, because they're both a little different, and I could see where both of them would be a little bit better in different applications. But I'm definitely going to be considering one of those, because we need a better light. We've got lots and lots of different lights, but most of them I've had for years and years and years, and these newer lights and stuff that are coming out are really nice. Burning Rubber Garage said he supported Craig today and several others. So that is awesome. That is great. I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, you're
yeah,
awesome,
the car community
too.
is strong, and the hashtag Insanefriends is a car community, and it is very strong and growing great, and it's full of such wonderful, caring, loving people. We are still supporting several other communities, and they are very good to us, and they're part of the hashtag Insanefriends. People from the hashtag Mopar community.
About the Insane Friends. There are several communities that have come together.
Right.
Each community is different and unique.
And we are a community of communities,
and
you know? The hashtag Insane Friends.
That's what makes it so much more interesting.
Yeah, it does, because we don't stick to just one make or model or anything. We really, and we encourage you too to be involved in more than one community.
Friends, and I don't have any car content on my channel.
Yeah, her Carol Sane channel, it's not any car content. We have another channel too that is not car content at all. It's called Sane Enterprises, and all we talk about on there is the stuff that we've learned from all the years and years of management experience and business ownership experiences, and all those management kooky, seminars and sales seminars.
About just about anything.
Right, and the
I got
the business owner seminars.
Got reading, I got makeup, I got everything.
Yep, go-karts, gone fishing. Yep, shout out to the Small Engine Nation. Also, shout out to the hashtag Mopar community, the Camaro community, the Mustang community, and
Craig,
the I Am a Creator
awesome.
Community.
Thank you. If you don't stop, though, you're going to make me blush.
Craig, you're doing great. You're doing great. We appreciate it. Thank you. Dorito and Lucha Cabra.
Wow.
Yes, welcome. Dorito and Lucha
now
Cabra,
remember,
like I was talking about.
No small children when he's on the air.
Now, a lot of prominent hashtag Insane friends are here, not the least of which is Camaro Time. I know he doesn't live on here, but you see Dorito and Lucha Cabra carries the awesome torch at 9:30 on Thursday nights, followed by Easy 2 Tips, Tricks, etc. That's Ken in California. He's broadcasting from California.
My puppy has never been the same since he's seen that.
Yeah, she likes to pick on Dorito and Luke the Cover because they're very colorful content, exciting, and small fur-bearing creature nation. See what I mean? Dorito and Lucha Cabra. Exciting content, and not always as family friendly as we are here. Well, I mean, we never cuss, we never do anything like that. We like to be able. Our kids started working on cars and stuff at a very early age, and I know Fab has very young children, and a lot of you other guys have very young children. So we have made the choice, and we don't want to impose this choice upon anybody else because we, you know, some of you have some colorful content, and we enjoy your content. But we just choose to try to keep ours so clean that no matter what age your child is, they can watch our channel and stuff and watch us work on cars or watch us go through the car shows and stuff. And that's another thing too. Some of the car shows that we support and shout out and go film and stuff like that support children's charities, and that's why we film those car shows for free. And a lot of the cars, we film a certain number of cars when we're there. We do the car feature films that we normally charge for. We do them for free because those car shows support children's charities, and the ones that don't support children's charities, they support veterans charities, both of which are very important to us. And we don't make quite as much money as we used to, so we like to support in ways that we can't afford to monetarily, and by driving more traffic to those children's charity car shows and the veteran charity car shows.
How are you doing?
So we know a lot of those people and their children and stuff watching our content and everything too, so we try to keep ours like extra G-rated.
Are y'all sisters?
Go-karts or gone fishing? Got to go. All right, go-karts. It was nice seeing you again. And John Keller, are y'all sisters? I don't know what he means by that.
I don't know.
Horses Shop's up. Hey, Horses Shop. We were just talking about.
Obviously not.
Horses Shop. I was speaking about the hashtag Insane Friends live calendar where everybody's living. Horses Shop in the house. He is right here on Friday, but he said he wasn't going to be here this next Friday. It'll be next year, which is only a week away. So look for him in 2019. And right after him is Twisted R Racing, which I don't know if Twisted R is still in here. But if he's not, go check him out anyway.
Yeah, you'll want to watch it on replay. Can you put the book up in again?
Okay, yeah.
No,
okay.
the book.
Oh,
the book.
The book.
Okay, this book, I read it on the live. So you'll want to check it out on replay, Horses Shop. It was really awesome. I was really awesome reading. And
she will be copying this episode and editing out everything except for her book reading, not on this channel, but for her Carol Sane channel. And so she'll have this book reading added to her Carol Sane channel in an edited version.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I was just shove them just 68 minutes late. Hey, it's okay. I've been late to yours too, and totally missed it more than enough times. So, you know, it happens. Just
yeah,
everybody, if you're on the calendar, I know we miss each other's lives sometimes, but at least while you're live, shout each other out. That's part of the most important part. Shout each other's lives out and try to drive traffic to each other's hashtag Insane Friends lives, so that everybody, I mean, it's a win-win-win. Everybody needs to get support. Everybody needs to meet your audience.
Here very soon to make room for Gregory Salvatore.
Yeah, that's true. We
Can
really
you
do. We're a little bit over time.
Self-promote in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, instead of
tell us what you are doing.
Yeah, what did you put up last week on your channel? And
what will you be putting up? And what do you plan for the next year?
Right. Is there anything interesting you can point out that somebody might want to see on your channel so we can help get the word out and get you some more traffic? Because this is another part of the show that's community news. We want to get the word out and get y'all some more eyeballs on your channels. And you don't have to wait for somebody to say, you know, there's something really interesting on their channel too. Sometimes you can just go and hit the play all on somebody's channel and start playing all their videos and see what you might have missed. Because a lot of times the bell doesn't work very well. It's not, you can't rely on that bell that YouTube provides, because most of the time it doesn't work, and you either don't get the notification or you'll get a whole bunch of notifications at once, and when you don't really have time to watch and you mean to watch and then you forget, and some of the best videos that people are putting out fall through the cracks and you miss them. And so sometimes you got to go back, go to 2 or 3 people's channels and just hit that play all button and let the stuff play in the background while you're working on something and things, and then something pops up that you haven't seen before and you'll be like, oh wow, hey, I didn't even know he had that video. And you get caught up on everybody's channels and stuff that way, and it helps everybody's channels out too, because it stimulates the algorithm to the algorithm is really just a computer program that's watching to see who's getting some attention, and whoever gets attention gets more attention, and who's not getting any attention don't get no attention. You know, that's just the way the algorithm works. And like Gregory Salvatore was saying, he was saying what the theme of the topic was going to be on his live tonight. If you're in here and you're on the hashtag Insanefriends live calendar, and you know what the topic's going to be, if you know what the topic's going to be, if you're winging it, that's fine too. If you're winging it, that's fine. But if you know what your topic is going to be, feel free to reveal the topic of your next week's live.
Burning Rubber Garage says his goal for 19 is more frequent uploads, which will be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be great. More frequent uploads, and that's a good way to stimulate your
garage is going to keep improving on editing.
Another very worthy cause, because Uzo Lou puts out a lot of content already. So yeah, there's I don't see. I think that's a wise choice, because I don't see any. Yeah, I wouldn't see any more benefit to putting out more content than he already is. Because he's already putting out plenty of volume. Editing, and we could really use some improvement on editing. I am working on that. I have done the last couple of videos in DaVinci instead of Windows Movie Maker, which you're going to see a dip.
It's time for us to get off to let them go potty and have an intermission.
Right before Gregory starts his. Which means I want to shout out these people.
Get your popcorn and your soda ready for Gregory.
Now, if eTard Adventures and Bubsification are on here, because they are Monday night and Tuesday night at 9 p.m. respectively, if you're not going to be able to live because that is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, then just let us know. Otherwise, we're looking at Gregory Salvatore comes on at 9 p.m. We're always here Sunday at 7:30. I'm just going to assume
that they will not be on.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I really don't know. They may be really excited about the presents they get and want to go on so bad and show what tools and parts and stuff they got. Okay, normally Monday, eTard at 9 p.m. Tuesday, Bubsification at 9 p.m. Wednesday, right here, Saneauto, 7:30 p.m. That's the Insane Friends show. If you want to be a guest on that show and come hang out with us on Google Hangouts, then give us a message on Facebook, Victor Sane on Facebook, and we'll see if we can't coordinate something where you can be on the show with us through Google Hangouts at 7:30 p.m. Insane Friends, and we'll ask you all about your channel, and we'll just talk about your channel for a while. Thursday night is Dorito and Lucha Cabra at 9:30, and followed by Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc., from 10:30 to 12. He's broadcasting. That's Ken. He's broadcasting from California. And Friday night is, it won't be this week, but maybe next week. Horses Shop at 8:30, followed by Twisted R Racing at 9 p.m. And then Saturday wraps up the week with Choppers Rule 1 at 6:30 p.m. and followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m. He's got a good series going on right now where he's cleaning up a 67 Thunderbird that is looking great. As a matter of fact, we're going to go through a lot of the same steps in the spring when we start pulling out our show cars, the Mach 1, the Jaguar, the Corvette. They all need the same kind of treatment that I expect them all to be just as dirty and nasty as the 67 Thunderbird was when we pull all the covers off of them and everything. And we will probably have to go through all those same steps. We'll probably end up getting some of the products that he is using and try them out. Oh, and I've got an F-150 I'm doing window regulators and stuff on, so we will be putting video up for that.
I bought him some tools to use for that job and put them in his stocking as a stocking stuffer.
And they are in the video.
It's hard.
Well, thank you, Uzolu. I'm glad you see some improvement in my video. I have been using the DaVinci. I have been following the videos that Camaro Time made on how to use the DaVinci, and I am expecting a little bit in some areas of my editing to be a little bit worse at first, because there's some things I don't know how to do in DaVinci that I do know how to do in Windows Movie Maker. But once I figure out how to do those and add those back into my editing process, then later I can learn how to do some of the things that DaVinci will do that Windows Movie Maker does not do. And then I will go from
the frame on
being a little bit worse
is really cool,
being back where I was and then improve. Sometimes you got to take a step or two back before you can start making progress again.
This motorcycle's frame is really cool because it's like twisted.
Oh yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah, it is. They did do the twisting in the frame as well as a lot of the accessories. There was a lot of really cool parts on that motorcycle. That thing was highly customized. Every single part on that vehicle was detailed in some way.
See, look at that.
Yeah,
anyway.
Uzolu Garage says he's still learning it from Camaro Time. Yes, I am too. I mean, some of the videos where he's telling us how to do this and that, I have watched repeatedly, and I still don't quite have it all.
Sweetie, you gotta let them go so they can.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Thing and get ready for the next live.
That's right. It's
Gregory
Salvatore's time.
Walk around and get a drink and go tinkle.
Yeah, because that's the other thing on
all the stuff you need to do before you sit down and watch Gregory Salvatore.
Right, with the Insane Friends live schedule, we don't live on top of each other, so I don't want to break the rule. Okay. Anyhow, well, Bye. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas. See you in a little bit.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. It was great to have you here. It was great to hang out with you. We're wishing you all hashtag insane growth for all our hashtag insane friends. Until the next video, it's Christmas time. Don't get off the couch and get dirty. Pig out on sugary things.
Cookies. Bye.